Hey guys, how you doing? It's Thursday. Oh no, it's Wednesday night, 10:26. What is that? 3:26 in the UK, something like that. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Shout out to myself, Explored, Jamie, Barry, and Andy. Welcome, Andy, from Peterborough, England. I don't know how long I'm going to go for tonight because tomorrow night we've got our special Friday Night Howl. Hey Luke, how are you? We'll probably do a better part of a couple hours or more tomorrow night, going into Saturday morning for you guys in the UK. Hey B, how are you? Good to see you. And as you know, today we celebrated Nocturnal Frequency Radio's 15th anniversary. Hard to believe it's been 15 years. I really didn't think it would make it this long, but here we are. We're still here, still pumping. Actually, been putting together a schedule for the 16th season, which starts in September, of a lot of the guests are returning guests that have been on the show over the years. Some it's been quite a while. Like we just scheduled our good friend, Charlie Tango. How are you? Good evening, Michael Esposito, who is a long time EVP researcher. He experiments with several tools. The guy is phenomenal. His work is phenomenal. So we're looking forward to having him back on. Some very, very unique ways of collecting these findings. Just really unique. The tools that he uses, that he experiments with. And we're talking, the guy's a musician by trade. And he's also associated with the founder of the Morse code. He's a direct descendant. His name, the guy's escaping my thoughts right now. But He's a descendant. Give me a sec here. I'll get it for you. I'm really tired. Let's see here. Hold on a sec here. So Alfred Vail, sorry, who invented the Morse code. Michael Esposito is a direct descendant of his. So he's been on several times in the past, and you know the guy is phenomenal in terms of what he uses to collect EVP, uh, what he uses to experiment, to gather these interesting findings. I like to call them findings. I don't like using evidence because it's a theory based area. The paranormal is theory based, but yes, there is the great unknown out there, yet to be explained. And EVPs. Hey, Daniel, how are you? And EVPs are at the forefront of it. I think are is one of the most important areas of research when it comes to the paranormal view. Anyways, I'm bantering on. I'm moving away, but we celebrated our. Hey, Cal, how are you? We're celebrating our 15th anniversary of Nocturnal Frequency Radio, and it's been a hell of a ride. We've met a lot of cool people. We've had a lot of cool guests on the show. A lot of guests. There's been a lot of guests on the show that we never thought we'd ever have on the show. But we've had on the show. We've had some great shows over the past 15 seasons, going into 16. But that's all because of you guys. You guys who continue to watch. I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, we're celebrating that tomorrow night here on YouTube only. Oh, Twitch. Yes, Daniel, it's going to be fun. And along with celebrating our 50th anniversary, we are going to pay tribute to Gareth Davies of the Mindset Podcast, who sadly lost his life a couple years to COVID-related complications. What am I drinking? I'm drinking some of my buddies' brewery. I've mentioned a few times, but there it is there. Double Bone Tree, double IPA, 8%, and man, is it ever good. It's good. Love it. But that's what I'm drinking. Shout out to Third Moon. Great guys in Milton there. So if you're in the area, check out Third Moon. I highly recommend them. Yeah, paid promo. There you go. Yeah, so tomorrow night we're gonna have the Friday Night Howl, and you know what? It's flown right by, Daniel. It's scary how quickly it's gone. Percy is going to be joining us for sure. He will be with us. As many of you know, Percy was one of Gareth's great friends over the years, and would show up on the Friday Night Howls. Matt Williams of the Secret Vault will be joining us. He will be coming on. Dr. Demon Gord will be joining us to celebrate. Let's see, who else? I mean, we've put out the word to many people, so I mean, hey, we've got 10 slots. Let's fill them. Let's fill the 10 slots. Let's celebrate. It's going to be a great time, I think. And again, it all starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 a.m. UK time. We talked about doing it a little earlier, but unfortunately, We both have Alex and I have some stuff we have to do earlier, so we're only able to start it at 9. So, but hey, and Percy doesn't come on till later usually because he's 3 hours behind us here on the East Coast. So he's it'll be like 6 p.m. He usually stumbles in around 10 p.m. our time, 11 p.m. our time, something like that. I don't know, something like that. But anyhow, yeah, that's all going on tomorrow night. So tonight, I just wanted to come in here and say hi and just shoot the shit really for a little while, anyways. I don't know how long, maybe an hour, maybe two. I don't know. I'll see how alive I am after after a couple of these. It's been a long day, a very long day. So cheers, guys. Cheers. But I just want to say that it's been great meeting a lot of you guys here online, but I've met several people in person. In fact, one of the guests that's scheduled for the 16th season, who's been on the show several times before, is Pat Fitzhugh. Um, he's going to be on the show. I think episode 2, I believe. No, sorry, episode 3. He will be on. He's from Nashville, Tennessee, and he specializes in historical research on several things to do with the paranormal, especially the Bell Witch story. The Bell Witch, um, which happened 100 odd years ago down in Tennessee. In fact, it is, I believe, the only time in American history that the legal system actually um, pegged a ghost guilty of the death of a human life, a person's life, a ghost. Imagine that, a ghost, a ghost blamed, guilty for the death of a human, a ghost. Imagine that. How is that possible? Yeah, a lot of people have, Cal. A lot of people did find us through, a lot of people who listen and watch now through the Mindset podcast. Gareth has been on our show he was on our show several times in the past. Myself and Alex had been on his show a few times over the years. And unfortunately, I was not able to do many of the Friday Night Howls, but I did climb in for a couple because usually I was working, so I was unable to do it. So it kind of sucked, but I did watch it when I could, because of work. I would still throw it on and creep in the chat and sort of talk here and there. Yo, Gareth, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Yeah, Luke, thanks, man. Yeah, and again, we are going to be talking about Gareth, talking about mindset, talking about the stuff that Gareth chatted about, the people that Gareth knew, and so on and so on. So I mean, yeah, it's to keep him alive. I mean, we have to. That's the least we can do, I guess, right? Is to keep him alive in our minds, our hearts, and our souls, whatever. He's with us. He's with us. And I'm sure he'll be with us tomorrow night as we do celebrate the show's 15th anniversary, and of course, paying tribute to Gareth, the Mindset Podcast. So And I do appreciate and thank you guys who have come over and started watching us and listening to us. If you're listening to us live on the New Visions Radio Network, of course, this isn't going to be on the New Visions Radio Network, but a huge portion of our fan base, our listenership is on the New Visions Radio Network. And I guess slowly making its way to the YouTube channel, but yeah, it's cool. Wow, you were only 11 years old, Daniel. Imagine that. We're old timers. But yeah, it's it well, thank you, Barry. Thank you. Um it's honestly, it's the only thing, the only reason why we do it. Well, it's not the only reason, but it's the main reason why we continuously do it. I mean, organize the radio show and the guests and stuff like that, simply because of you guys. And many of the guests that we've brought on over the past couple years, few years, last 3, 4 years, have been recommendations of Gareth, who knew Gareth. People like Ben Emlyn Jones and Reese Cook, who's going to kick off our 6th season on September 8th. Um, Matt Williams, obviously, and some of the guys that listen to the show who've been on, people like Frank Triggs and Tim the Pigeon Hunter, and so on and so on. The people that Crazy John, people who, and Dan Punches, who knew Gareth, who were part of, his Friday Night Howls and the Mindset podcast, who listened to the podcast when it was released. I believe Sunday morning, or was it Sunday evening? I believe was it Sunday morning. I can't remember. Was it Sunday morning or Sunday evening when he here over here in North America that he would release it, or was it Monday? First thing Monday. I can't remember when he actually released it. Each episode. I can't remember if it was the Sunday or the Monday. But yeah. But anyhow, it's we talked about I remember one time Gareth and I talked about the afterlife, and we kind of joked about it, and he said, I want you guys to try to make contact with me if I, hit the road, so to speak, and, leave this plane of existence. I want you guys to try to make, hey, Tracy, how are you? Good to see you. I want you to try to make contact with me. I'm going to haunt you if you don't, sort of thing. And, I think that when we do these shows, you kind of have a feeling he's there, and when you go back and you listen to the audio of some of these shows, especially the Friday Night Howls that we've done, and the Gareth tributes, excuse me, that we've done. Listen to the audio, because I'm telling you, man, there's always something in there that kind of gives you the feeling that Gareth is there in spirit. So, looking forward to tomorrow night. But as I mentioned to you guys today, um, ooh, pizza sounds good, Daniel. Pizza, pizza. Um, as I mentioned, the now see now the pizza threw me off track here. Oh man, yeah. And hey, John, how are you? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it was great, and we will put the word out to Richard as best as possible. Um, and Richard does Richard Gareth's brother Richard does pop in from time to time when we do live shows, and yeah, it's always good to hear from him. I've been trying. Um, I would really like to get Alex Fade on. Bit harder to get Alex on, so keep trying, and hopefully we can get Alex on maybe soon. Who knows? But as many of you know, Alex was a staple on the Mindset podcast for a long time over the years. Uh, what's your drink of choice there, Jamie? What is it? What do you got in hand, or what are you going to have in hand? But yeah, so his friend Daryl, is it Darren or Daryl? Sorry, is really his childhood friend is, I think it's Daryl. Um, we've asked him before to come on, but he's. I mean, before it was kind of fresh. It was a fresh wound, so um, yeah. Texas tea, extra syrup. All right. Um, yeah, it was a fresh wound, so he didn't want to come on, but he, obviously gave his words. Della, in fact, one of our good friends, Della Ferrant, who the widow of our great friend um, David Ferrant, as well has definitely uh, the last I believe it was the last year's tribute. Della came on like audio only and had a little bit to say about Gareth. So that's cool. I mean, Gareth met Della and David. In fact, interviewed David um, a few years back. Something I was very envious of because like one of these days I'm going to get my ass over there to the UK, and hopefully next year, guys. Next year, hopefully I will be doing a tour over there of sorts. I'm hoping. So keep your fingers crossed. I'd love to get my ass over there, hook up with many of you guys, sit down in a I don't know, a fucking, you know, some great pubs, whatever, and just have a few beers and just shoot the shit, you know. But hopefully next year we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how the circumstances uh, of next year and what they bring us. If things are all good, definitely I'll let you guys know um, if I'm on my way there or not. So keep your fingers crossed. I would love to get over there. I'm gonna have to get a refill here soon. Um, I don't know if I'm going to put the link out. Should I put the link out? Does anybody want to come on? Because I'll put the link out if anybody wants to come on. I'll go on for a little bit longer, probably an hour, maybe another hour. So I'll put the link in chat. If anybody wants to come on, then let me know. If not, I won't bother. I'll just let you listen to me banter about just plain crap. But yeah, but I will have to get a refill. I'm running low. But yeah, so anyways, that's tomorrow night, Friday Night Howl. Barry's at work, I think. Um, Friday Night Howl, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 a.m. UK time, 6 p.m. West Coast, Pacific Coast. And I did mention Percy will be with us for sure. He's a. In fact, let me just check my email because I just emailed him and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So, but he's all but good to go. At least he told me so. Look at that. Just loading them up. Yee. Awesome. So Percy is all set for tomorrow night. That's the latest update. So we're looking forward to having Percy on, catching up with Percy. And like I said, things will be open. So people who are in chat listening to the show tomorrow night, or sorry, yeah, Friday night, Jamie. Sorry, Friday night, Friday night, not tomorrow night. In fact, you know what? It's been a long work week. I started earlier, so for some odd reason, today feels like Thursday to me. It's Thursday in the UK, but it's actually Wednesday here. So yeah. So, anyways, subscribe to the channel and you will get the fucking notification. Don't listen to me because I'm throwing you guys way off. But it's actually for you guys over there. It's 2 a.m. Saturday morning that we're starting. So, or sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. Well, thank you, Tony. I'm glad you're looking forward to it because we're looking forward to it. We are looking to have a lot of fun and talking about a lot of cool shit. I'm sure. People like Crazy John and Frank. Hopefully, Frank, if he's not playing a gig, Tim, the Pigeon Hunter. You guys are all, Punches. You guys are all invited to come up because you guys were a part of the Friday Night Howls with Garrett just as much as anybody else. So you guys are definitely welcome to come up. I've already extended that invitation to the guys, so hopefully they'll be able to make it. Um, again, I don't know if Frank is going to be playing a gig. I don't know. In fact, if anybody else out there who yeah, so you're oh yeah, you're Arizona's 3 hours. That's right. Arizona is 3 hours behind. That's weird. I thought Arizona was only 2 hours, but no, I guess I get it depends on what part of Arizona, right? Or am I thinking New Mexico? New Mexico is 2 hours. Texas is an hour. But again, I think I think it matters where in Texas you are that it's 2 hours. I think El Paso. Holy fuck, what an interesting place El Paso is. Yes, sirree. Boy. Yeah, El Paso. Got a lot of stories from El Paso. uh, that for another time. But I think what is it when you pass into Texas from New Mexico. I think it's 2 hours behind Eastern Standard Time, I believe. And then when you make your way over to say like San Antonio, Houston, and and Austin and Dallas, I think they're only an hour behind. There's I believe they're mountain like or sorry central. Um, I believe I don't know. I don't have the map, but I think that's how it works out. Fuck, I love Texas. I really love Texas. I'd love to get back to Texas. I fucking loved it. Austin, Texas. Saying whatchamacallit, I can't I'm so fucking tired I can't even think right now. Without a map. Hold on a sec. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired. I pull it up here. San Antonio. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So all of Arizona is yeah, okay. So that's makes sense. Cuz I think it's all the way over. Let me just look. It's all the way over to New Mexico. Yeah, so New Mexico cuz El Paso is right in between underneath New Mexico obviously. And I think like I said that area is pretty much 2 hours behind into all the way over to and then changes shifts over towards Dallas, sorry. Dallas, Houston. I don't know. I don't know. Could be an hour. I don't know. I know they're talking about that here, Jamie, as well. They're talking about just leaving it alone finally. The time change. It's just it's fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid. So I'm like I just I think they're waiting on the state of New York um, to make a decision on if they wanted to get rid of the time change. And I see I haven't really been paying attention. I don't know what they've said because I mean most of the eastern like the eastern time zone is based on New York time. Um Nobody wants it to change. Everybody here, in the time in that time zone wants to just keep it, linear. No more changing, falling back and push forward or whatever. Just leave it alone. And you know, uh, obviously we have to find out if that's something New York would wanted to do too. And from what I heard, they wanted to, but I don't know if that decision made. I don't think it has because as far as I know, what is it, September? It's either September 22nd or October 22nd. Um, it falls back for the fall back. But realistically, leave it the fuck alone. Just leave it alone. Stop fucking with it. Stop fucking with it. Um, and you know what? Fuck, the fall is my favorite time of the year. And I should say, don't fuck with it. Leave it alone. But yeah, so I mean I take a bulk of my vacation in the fall, in October, the end of September, October. usually about 4 weeks. So, guys, you will probably see a lot of exploration, adventure, whatever videos put on here live. Hawaii is on fire. No fucking way. I didn't know. I did not know that. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wildfires, man. Holy shit. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me just see.
Oh my God, dude. As devastating wildfires ravage Maui for a second day, officials say lives were lost in the flames.
We've had 6 fatalities that we were able to confirm.
People running for their lives as one of the blazes engulfed the historic town of Lahaina. Residents describing it like a scene out of hell.
It was like an apocalypse.
I don't think we've seen anything like this in our lifetime.
The winds acting as fire fuel, decimating hundreds of homes and businesses. Thousands who were forced to flee lost everything.
I just have my shirt and my hat that you see, my glasses.
We only got like a partial suitcase, not even a toothbrush.
And stranded visitors are trying to get home.
We spent the night here with about 1,200 people, and now we're waiting for our air crew.
Now a massive multi-agency emergency response is underway, with more resources headed to the Valley Isle.
Search and rescue, traffic control, and security.
The extent of the destruction is still unclear, as the threat is not yet over.
We can compare it to Iniki, but the difference is nobody was prepared for this.
And tonight, Maui forever changed as wildfires destroy historic Lahaina town.
At this hour, fire crews are still trying to contain the flames, and so many residents and visitors are still trying to track down loved ones. Here's what we know so far. The fire started in Lahaina Tuesday afternoon, a flare-up from an earlier blaze that had previously been contained and only scorched 3 acres at that time. But then the winds peaked and the fire quickly got out of control, raging through homes and spreading through town.
At least 14 people had to be rescued from waters off Lahaina who jumped in trying to escape the flames. More than 100 firefighters are on the scene. And on Tuesday, firefighters were not able to use helicopters because of the high winds, but the gusts have subsided enough to allow for airdrops.
6 people have been confirmed dead in the fire, and at least 20 have suffered serious burns, with several airlifted to the Straub Medical Center's burn unit. Officials say 3 are in critical condition. More than 2,100 people were housed overnight in county emergency shelters, and the state is discouraging all non-essential travel, with 4,000 tourists flown from Maui to Oahu. The state is providing shelter at the Hawaii Convention Center. And Maui County says 3 active wildfires continue to burn around the island, the one in Lahaina, one in Kihei, and the other upcountry in Kula. The county has not released any numbers on acres burned or percentage contained. And we have team coverage tracking this disaster from all angles. Chelsea Davis spent the day surveying the damage firsthand in Lahaina. Daryl Huff is in Kihei and spoke with residents who were forced to evacuate. And our first alert weather team breaks down the high winds fueling the fires.
Yeah, it's this year. The wildfires are incredibly fucking scary. Yeah, I absolutely feel for those people, and here in Canada, it's just been absolutely horrendous. Most of Quebec and most of BC are still in flames. it's fucking scary. It's scary. It's just so dry. It's so dry. But you know what drives me nuts? It drives me nuts when you see people on social media, taking some footage and saying, "Look at they're starting fires. Look at their starting fire." People, you don't fucking have the fucking slightest clue how they fight these things or try to control them. You know, they fucking start that to try to control. And let me tell you how hard it is to control these. So, anyways, the fires in Quebec alone, okay, literally amount to the size of the state of Ohio. Picture that. The fucking state of Ohio. Imagine the state of Ohio on fire completely. That is the size of what's happening in Quebec alone. Now, BC, which is even larger, not larger in size, but the fires, there's so many more in BC. Now, Maui is only a small island, so it really doesn't take much to have people evacuated. So that is scary. And that's the thing. You're surrounded. You're trapped if you're in the wrong spot. So it's scary, man. You know? And you really don't have anything to fucking say if you don't experience it. I mean, these fires are fucking scary. I mean, the other night on the show, I showed you this video of a house fire that started in the living room of the house, and within seconds, within minutes, the entire house was engulfed in flames. It doesn't take long. It doesn't. But just imagine, that's one house. That's only, small square footage. Then take these forest fires. These forest fires are fucking massive. Here, we don't have the resources to fight them. And thankfully, we've had help from the U.S. A lot of people, a lot of firefighters, and so on and so on, have been flown up from the U.S. Even as far as Africa. Australia, I believe, has sent some people over here. In fact, I believe Australia has a special unit that's here that's helping with these wildfires. But these are so fucking massive that the resources aren't there to try to fight these. You can't. uh, You they've given up trying to put these out. They can't. They can't control them. So all they can do is try to contain them as much as possible. And that's what they're doing. Yeah, and exactly, Jamie. And it doesn't help with the high winds. Winds is detrimental to wildfires. I mean, literally, strong winds. You could be on one side of the road, like a highway or whatever, and those winds are strong enough, the fire's going to jump. It's going to jump and it's wreak havoc on the other side, you know? And this is why they start fires, controlled fires, to try to contain it, to try to veer it in a different direction. And it doesn't always work, but a lot of times it does, and it helps them. It's a tool that helps, but it's not guaranteed, because you have to remember the elements, weather, play an important factor in this. you know, and, you know, people are saying, well, it's raining. It's, there's rain. You know what? The rain doesn't always put it out entirely. It may help, it may smother, but then you have so much smoke. Down here, there have been days when the smoke in the air here, the air quality has been so horrible. Thankfully, it hasn't been like that in a while, but in the past few weeks. But there were days when you went outside, that's all you could smell. There would be a haze. Um, the sun would be shining, but there was this haze that was, stopping it from fully shining down. It was just insane. Yeah, I mean Toronto had a hey Melissa, how are you? Toronto had a great fire here that destroyed much of the city, Barry, and unfortunately, they never fucking they never saved a lot of it. It's sad. Toronto is such a sad city, especially for holding on to its heritage. I mean, it's got bits and pieces, but Toronto is all about redeveloping. Sad. Very sad. Absolutely sad. But yeah, my heart goes out to those people in Maui right now because again, it's a small island and it doesn't take much to totally destroy. And as you saw in that news footage that we played, sad. It really is. Um and it's like that in many parts of the world, especially here in the Western Hemisphere. You know, it is extremely scary. Thank you, Jamie, for stopping in. Have a good day and, have a good day at work and everything else. Thanks for stopping by. It's scary and, yeah, but, yeah. So anyways, I don't know, maybe I'll go for about 15 minutes more, roughly 15 minutes more, give or take 15 more minutes. Because like I said, tomorrow is going to be the main show, obviously. The Friday Night Howl, where we're going to be celebrating our 50th anniversary. And officially it was today, but we're going to celebrate it tomorrow night. And again, pay tribute to our good friend Gareth Davies of the Mindset Podcast. Hard to believe it's been 2 years. It's been almost 2 years. I believe the 17th, in and around the 17th of August, I believe, that word became official that Gareth had passed away. Sad. I mean, we all thought he was going to make it through this. But sadly, underlining health issues, he was unable to make it through. So, I mean, it's our job to keep Gareth in our minds, in our thoughts, in our hearts. It's our job. It's our job to keep what he did alive, keep the people that he gathered. And he made so many people come together. And I was in awe of how many people reacted to his death. I don't think he even knew the impact that he had on so many people's lives. You know, so it's our job to keep that, alive. Gareth is unable to continue that here in the physical world, so it's our job to keep that going, and we will for the sake of Gareth and his memory, and in tribute to his memory. He was an awesome bloke. He was an amazing dude. And I miss him. I really do. He, I really miss him picking my brain. He used to pick my brain. I used to pick his brain. And I miss it. You know, we were both horror movie fans, and we used to, knock movies off each other. And hey, do you remember this? Fuck, I haven't watched that in a long time. And recommendations. Recommendations. We used to. Hey, Gareth, you ever seen this movie? No, what? You've never seen that movie, dude? You gotta see it. Yes. Hey, Iowaks, good to see you, buddy. Long time. Yeah, Gareth is legend. He is. He absolutely, like I said, the amount of people that he you know, that what's a proper terminology, that he affected their lives, just simply by coming on weekly with his podcast, with the Mindset podcast, and just talking about news of the day and alternative views and whatever else. People fucking enjoy that. But not only that, they enjoyed the way he presented himself. He had a unique mannerism. He was sociable, and he would bring out the best in a lot of people. He encouraged people that he felt had potential. People like Joe Dunn, the Florida Trailblazer, who's going to be with us tomorrow night too. I forgot to mention Joe. Joe's going to be with us tomorrow night too. Joe was greatly affected by the death of Gareth. Joe knew Gareth since the Nervous Teeth days. So I mean, you got to have guys like that to pay tribute to Gareth, to his life. So looking forward to having Joe on as well. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be good. And again, that's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Or sorry, Friday night. Sorry, guys. I keep thinking tomorrow's Friday. It's not. Tomorrow is Thursday. Well, it's Thursday in the UK already, but tomorrow. So Friday. So that's Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 a.m. Saturday morning in the UK. Now in Australia, I don't know what time that is. If anybody from Aussie is listening or is lurking in chat, please do tell us what time it is in Australia for the show Friday night here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't have my fucking time zone calculator, so Hold on a sec. So yeah. So anyways, I'll go for a few more minutes. Anyways, like I said, I just wanted to come on here. Pump tomorrow or Friday night. I keep saying it's been a long week, guys. Like I said, I started early in the week, so for some reason I'm thinking today's Thursday. Well, it almost is here, but technically it's still Wednesday night. So, but yeah, um, Friday night is the bulk show. Um, you asked Income now. Well, oh yeah, what time it is? What time it will be in Australia? 9 p.m. So we'll get it out. But like I said, I just wanted to come on here, catch up, guys. See who's in here, see who's on, and just sort of talk about what's going to happen on Friday night. And the upcoming season 16, begins September 8th. Friday, September 8th, our good friend Reeves Cook will be kicking the 16th season off with us. Looking forward to having Reeves back on the show. Hey Dinkum, how are you? So it is 9:30 a.m. Australian time. Okay. Eastern time in Australia. Wow, okay. So there you go. So it's first thing in the morning over there. So there you go. Yeah. So yeah, Friday night, um join us. We look forward to having you guys out to celebrate with us our 15th anniversary, obviously. And of course, paying tribute to Gareth Davies. Hey, Mark, how are you? Good to see you, man. You know, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be emotional, I'm sure at times, because it's still kind of fresh in my mind, anyways. Gareth passing away. Um, I like I said, I just been talking to him before he went silent, just before he passed away. So it's very fresh still, even though it's been a couple years. Um, but I remember talking to him about going to the docks. Just go in, get checked out. Whatever you have, it's not getting better. You need to go. You need to get looked at. You really do. And thankfully he went. And that was it. He things just went silent. Texts went silent, and of course he went silent on his YouTube channel because that was just shortly after the sixth stream that he had done. And man, that's emotional when you watch that sixth stream. To think that man Gareth's dying, and you know it's emotional. It really is. You know, sad, very sad. Just to think that within a few days, he was gone. So yeah, still fresh and still cuts like a knife. It really does. Dinkum, you're going on an 8-day car rally in the bush. What kind of car, Dinkum? What kind of car are we talking about? Yeah, I look forward to those videos. What kind of car? Dune buggy? What are you using? What kind of car? I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. I want to know what kind of car you're going to be using in the bush. Okay, well, maybe okay, here we go. Let's put this out here. I don't know if somebody comes on, I'll stick around for Land Cruiser. Okay, cool. I'll stick around for a little bit longer. But like I said, nobody bites. We're just gonna cut it. I'll go maybe another half hour, if anything. Yeah. Oh, I need a refill, but I don't know. I might just pass out after this, anyways. Yeah. One of the crystal skulls. Hold on. Replica. Doesn't really show up too well here. It's the size of a fingertip. And it's a replica. It's a replica of the actual Mayan crystal skulls. Small, right? Like the small size of a small marble, if you will. Right? And it's made out of I can't remember what this is made out of. It was expensive though. I want to get more because they're fucking cool. Well, let's see if I can show you the color. No, you can't really see. Can't really see. Hold on. I don't. Can't really. There you go. Of course, the camera doesn't focus very. No, I don't. No, I don't think it's that, Melissa. It's it has. Hold on. It's got like a brown sort of gray tinge to it. And the person who made it, all right, take care, Iwalks. Good to see you, man. The person who made it only makes so many of them. Like I said, I can't really see the colors on it. Can you guys see the color? Sorry, I wish I had better lighting, but there you go. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, like I said, let's see. It doesn't work very well. Hold on. See, there you go. See, you can sort of see the color. Again, the focus sucks, but you get a better adjust of the color of the actual skull itself. And the colors, it's very, it comes almost like a ruby in the thin areas, in the eye sockets, and the jaw area kind of have like a ruby sort of, almost a ruby tinge to it. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to call it quits because tomorrow night I'm beat. I've had a long day. But tomorrow, guys, Friday. I keep that's how tired I am. I keep saying tomorrow. So Friday, stop in, and be a part of the Friday Night Howl in tribute to Gareth, and of course celebrating our 15th anniversary, the show's 15th anniversary. Uh-oh. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey. Sorry, Steve. I know you. Just as I was joining, I said you'd like leaving. So no, it's all right.
No, it's cool, man. Like I said, I popped in. I wanted just to sort of promote Friday night, and no, I'm curious about this this bush run you're talking about, man. This rally.
Yeah. I've been doing it for. I think this is my 18th year, probably.
Oh wow,
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a full 8 days.
Yeah.
Holy
Just
shit! So
a lot of nights was spend just sleeping under the stars on the ground in what we call a swag,
yeah,
which is basically like a canvas sleeping bag kind of thing, but it's like a semi tent. Some people have tents and whatever. I like to keep it simple. I don't care.
that is so fucking cool, though, man.
Yeah. Do like I don't know. It's trying to think. It's about 1,200 kilometers. Between 12. Yeah, up to 2,000, depending. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what it is.
So how many people are we talking about that usually do this?
Well, including officials and support vehicles and everything, it's about 500. Yeah.
Oh wow. That is fucking cool, and that's cool because I mean, what kind of terrain? So this is completely bush.
Yeah,
you guys do this.
We don't spend much time at all on the asphalt. On government roads. It's all on private property, on trails through private property. It's all pre-organized. So yeah, we kind of. It's not like a full gear jam and rally. It used to be.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. But it's all about charity, raising money.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, for
makes sense.
Children's charities, and it raises between $2 and $3 million a year.
Fuck, that's a lot, man.
It is. It's a big event,
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, television news is all over it, and they do a full production, with drones and film crew and photographers, and Yeah, yeah,
So that's cool. I look because you're saying you're going to grab some footage and shit. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that if you put it up or whatever. Sure.
yeah. I've got to be, selective about what I put up, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll definitely, because I mean, some of the just mainly the landscape, like it's out in the Australian bush. It's that sort of shit that you see on Discovery documentaries and stuff. Just red dirt, kangaroos, emus, and scrub. And
So do you have to be aware of anything like any like animals that might be?
hell yeah,
Yeah. What are
yeah.
we talking about? What do you have to? What do
Well,
you?
number one is you don't want to hit a fucking sheep, because
Yeah.
you're taking money out of the farmer's back pockets when you do that.
True. Yeah.
And you don't want to hit a cow because it'll just write your car off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
True.
then there's camels, which are feral and run wild through where we're going.
So is it true? Okay, so camels, did they originate from the Middle East and made their way there? Like, where did camels actually come from?
No, you can blame the British for that.
Okay, so they brought them over. Did they bring them over from the Middle East?
Yeah, because to travel from the southern part of Australia to the northern part of Australia, and east to west as well, there's a big desert, in the middle.
Yeah, huge desert. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much, if you think of the United States and just take about 50% of it in the middle, that's just desolate, and
Yeah.
I mean, there are springs and oases out there and all that, but ultimately, they try to use horses to, head from the bottom to the top of Australia, and of course they, freaking died.
Couldn't make it. Yeah, they couldn't
Yeah.
make it.
And they realised, and then what they did was they actually the British employed Afghani camel drivers and camel trains, and
Yeah.
they ran all of the is basically like what the road trains that we have today, which are like Mack and international trucks
Yeah.
that are pulling like 3 to 5 trailers all in a row, like a road train. But they were doing it with camels back in the day, and of course some of the camels escaped, and they bred, and they just thrived in that climate.
Yeah.
And now we have over 1 million. No, it's more. It's like 1.2, I think, million camels.
Holy crap. So are they invasive though? Are
Yeah.
they've wreaked havoc on
Yeah.
other animal populations?
Everything. They destroy the environment. They, eat what native species would eat. They,
Yeah.
even in the farming areas, they'll push over water tanks and break through fences. Yeah, they compete
Wow.
with the farming of cattle and sheep, and yeah. And I tell you, you don't want to hit one. When you're talking about a 2.5 ton animal, and you don't want to be between the male and a female when the male's frothing at the gob and like on a rampage. Like
It's kind of like the equivalent of hitting a moose.
Exactly.
Fucking hitting a moose here is like fucking. It's beyond dangerous.
Add another meter of height and another meter of length and a hump, and yeah, you got a giant fucking moose. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. Don't worry. I've actually seen it, like a huge Mack truck just plow into one of them.
Yeah.
And it sent the camel flying.
Yeah.
But the damage to the truck, I'm talking bent the bull bar into the windscreen, shattered the windscreen, took out all, the guy was, there's thousands of dollars damage. And this camel was like, I pulled over, I took photos of it. It was huge, man. I was like, fuck me. I just saw the fur and dust flying.
I can imagine, because I remember driving home from work one night and hitting a fucking deer, just a deer, like a buck. And this thing, I just hit the fucking backside of it, and it literally fucking damaged the whole front end of my car almost. Just
Yeah.
the back end of it. You know, so I'm like, oh, fuck. Imagine a fucking camel. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's a whole other animal, you know, like it's, it's a lot bigger. Trust me. When you see it, they're like, you know, I'm talking 3 meters tall, you know, easy, probably a bit more. They're massive. I mean,
yeah.
you hit a kangaroo, it's bad enough, you know, that'll ride a car off, you know, one
Yeah.
kangaroo, bang, there goes a Land Cruiser, easy.
Have you ever boxed with one?
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
you?
no, not box. No, I mean, I've hit kangaroos.
You've
I've
hit
got,
one.
yeah, I've got damage on the front of my car right now from hitting a
Holy
kangaroo.
shit.
Yeah, and my headlight is held in with 2 zip ties, you know.
So okay, so I mean, which is more aggressive, like a camel or a kangaroo?
Well, they're both as dumb as each other because, you know, you'll be driving down a straight road, and if the kangaroo's on the side of the road, it'll go, oh shit, I better run across the road right in front of you. And that's what they do, you know. Camels, I mean, I don't know about camels. I mean, I've heard usually it's always on dusk or at night time.
Yeah.
So the camel might be just running in a straight line, and somehow, you know, you just cross paths, you know, at the wrong time. But I've seen them out, you know, just roaming, and I've been told, like, yeah, just be careful, you know, because
yeah,
you know, they'll actually, you know, have a go at you, you know, because they're territorial. I don't know, but yeah, they do a lot of damage, and you know, yeah, we have all those invasive species to deal with, so they're the main culprits and what you got to watch out for. But generally, it's just, you know, you get the emus, you know, they're pretty stupid as well, and they kind of herd, so you'll get a herd and they'll just suddenly just turn right in front of you. They'll be running alongside the car doing the same speed.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing like 50, 60 kilometers an hour, and they're running right alongside of you, and then they'll just jag it right in front of you and just cross over, and you think,
you guys don't have a wild hog situation down there, do you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it bad there too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Up in the northern part of the country where it's tropics, yeah, it's just like you know, in I don't know, Texas and, you know, Florida, and yeah, we got big razorback hogs because they were brought over here as well, and water buffalo.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and a lot of brumbies as well, you know. So
yeah,
brumbies, you know, like talking wild horses. That I saw actually last year when I was driving. You know, I said to the guys in the car, "Oh, fucking look at that!" And it's a white stallion, like a fucking white stallion, and it had its tail up in the air, and it was just like prancing, you know. And it's just ripping through the scrub, and I'm like, "Fuck me, man! Like, can you believe this shit?" And it was running alongside of us, sort of like racing us, and then it just cut across our path and went off on the other side of the road. And I was like, I mean, when I say road, I mean dirt track, but it was like, wow, you know, there's some crazy shit out there, you know, just wild horses that are just so amazing.
Like, there's so many, like, you know, over here you have animals, but not like over there. I mean, you guys have so many different species, and we're talking about some pretty fucking deadly, you know, animals, man.
Yeah, of course we do. But I mean, Canada, I wouldn't fuck with you got about 5 different kinds of bears, you know.
The bears.
I wouldn't screw with those motherfuckers, you know. You
bears, even lynx,
brown bears, black
these
bears.
fucking the bobcats are fucking pretty deadly.
Yeah. I've seen, like, you know, people go to their, you know, getting out of their car, going into their home, and a bobcat just has a go.
Yep.
And it's like they'll tear to pieces.
But one thing that is amazing me that seems to be growing in numbers, and that's the black wolf, the big black wolves now that are coming out of the woodwork that weren't there before. They're humongous,
Yeah,
you
right.
know, right?
That's probably because people aren't hunting them anymore. Yeah.
Well, no, because we're talking about more northernly, especially northern Ontario, but most of Ontario is inundated with coyotes or eastern coyotes, which is kind of like a genetic sort of hybrid between a coyote and a wolf, right?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the northern part, you still have these massive black wolves, and they thought that, I guess, because of the dominance of the eastern coyote, um, all of a sudden it just seems like these black wolves are making a comeback, and we're talking when you watch like Game of Thrones and you see these fucking dire wolves.
Yeah, the dire wolves. Yeah.
These things are massive, man. You're like, holy fuck, these things exist.
Yeah, that'd scare the shit out of you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few times people have been driving along a desolate road in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden these black wolves come out of nowhere, and they just either cross the road in front of them, or they walk alongside or run alongside the car. It's incredibly scary, man.
Well, yeah, they work in packs and they organize
Yeah,
themselves. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. They're a lot smarter than a lot of the predators we have over here.
Yeah, but I mean, think about some of the other stuff that you guys have. Like, I mean, you got fucking crocs, right?
Yeah. Well, that's up in the northern tropics. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, there are rivers. I've driven on. Actually, it was a few years ago. I took my daughter. And there was this amazing spot. It's so picturesque. It had lily pads. With like locust flowers. And it was this tropical, just paradise, little lagoon. And I'm like, oh yeah, just and I took a couple of pictures, and I saw some bubbles coming up out of the water, and I thought, oh shit, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
And I said, come on, let's go, right? And the water was actually quite clear. You could see a couple of feet down,
Yeah.
And but where the bubbles were, it was sort of deeper. And I thought about it, and I'm thinking, fuck, wonder. And I was talking to a local from that area, and he goes, "Oh shit, yeah, there's big saltwater crocs all through there." And when I mean like saltwater croc, I'm talking like
Massive.
4-meter, 5-meter crocs,
Jesus.
And yeah, I mean they take pigs, like wild boar, buffalo. They,
Oh yeah,
farmers
go for the big guys.
dogs. Yeah, farmers dogs. And yeah, they take quite a few locals as well. I mean, not locals, sorry, tourists. That go
Yeah.
they go close to the water's edge because believe it or
Goodbye.
not, you might be 2 or 3 meters from the edge and think you're safe.
No.
But yeah, that's where they come busting out of the water. And you go to the parks, the animal parks, and they show you they feed them with battery hens, chickens, and you see how they come out of the water and charge, and you think, holy shit! Now you got to have some respect. And the other one is there's a place called Adelaide River.
Yeah.
And it's called home of the jumping crocodiles.
Jumping.
Yeah. So what they do is they have these river boats they take out, which are they're just aluminium, like swamp boats, like
Yeah.
And they have a pole with a rope and a pork chop tied on the end, and they just slap it on the water, and you can just see the crocs come into the water, and they'll start to swim towards it. And as soon as they get close to it, they lift it up about 6 or 8 feet, like a meter or so out of the water, and or a meter and a half, and these crocs will swim right up. So their whole body, except for their tail, is basically out of the water, and they chomp and take these chops, and it makes for a good photo. But it makes you realise, like, I mean, they'll see a bird in a tree that's 3 feet out of the water, and they'll leap out and just grab it, and eat it.
Jesus.
So they are a formidable thing if the riverbanks on these rivers are like clay, like grey, slimy clay.
Yeah.
And if you walk along the edge and you slip into that river, mate, the moment you hit the water, you're gone. And they were saying that it's like they said there's like a croc for every about 50 meters, and this river goes for I don't know. They said there's like about 1,800 crocodiles that they know of that they've got named in this one river, system. And you think, fuck,
So I mean, like, besides humans, I mean, do they really have any predators? Because I mean, like, the closest thing I've seen to anything like that is obviously gators in Florida, and
they're pussy cats.
Yeah, but I mean, now with the onslaught of the pythons, it's really wreaking havoc on the gator population, because these things are going after the young ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only the larger adult gators that can fend these. Even they have a hard time sometimes if that snake wraps around them. They're fucked unless they get the head.
That's what a snake does, I've owned a couple of pythons, and the way they do it, they just bite and then they wrap their body, coil it around, and just constrict it until it stops moving and gives up.
Yeah,
and they won't stop until it does. And even if it can't eat it, and it can't fit it down its throat, if it can like just kill it, it'll try,
Yeah.
And I can imagine, the South American anacondas and all the other boas that have been released into the bayous there.
Yeah,
it's going to have a big impact on the gators.
Oh fuck yeah! It's already
we don't have that here in Australia yet. That hasn't happened. The crocodiles are a lot bigger than an alligator. I'm by 2 to 3 times in size, depending on their age.
Yeah.
And they were nearly wiped out and extinct in Australia by hunting between in the 60s and the 70s. And I think it was 1978 they passed a law to say, right, they're a protected species, so they are protected, and that's been fine and dandy up till now. So now we're talking 50 years. And now there's some, the population, they're trying to deal with, what to do, because people are getting crocodiles turning up in their backyard swimming pools.
Yeah, I bet.
Just like with the gators in Florida, but they're a lot bigger and a lot more dangerous.
Bigger. Yeah,
and trying to catch and wrangle them and deal with them is, it's a big deal. And I mean, they do farm them as well. We have, but only a few farms.
Yeah.
I think there's only 3 that I know of. And they get turned into, wallets and belts and handbags. Yeah. Actually, one of the most interesting thing I've seen was stingray skin being turned into women's purses and wallets, and I was like, wow, that looks crazy.
So, it's amazing what they'll do to make these things, man.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously snake skins and shit like that. You got boots, you got hats, you got all sorts of shit that they make this. Yeah, like you said, wallets and purses and fucking.
Yeah, I got a pair of anaconda snakeskin cowboy boots when I was in Mexico back in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the early 90s. Yeah.
Oh wow, in
I got them
Mexico.
I got them into Australia, but now if you tried to do that, geez, you'd end up in a whole lot of shit because you can't bring any reptile or animal products into Australia. It's all banned.
Either that or the cartel will get you.
Yeah, that's it.
The fucking cartel. Oh man. Well, Dinkum, I think I'm gonna call it, man.
No
But
worries.
so when are you taking off for your trip?
So I'll be leaving Saturday morning, which is Sunday your time,
Yeah.
and I'll be away for a week. So yeah.
Well, if you're around still, pop in on Friday night, but you might be gone. I don't know, but if you're not, pop in.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, my biggest issue is like out in the outback, mate. There's not a lot of internet, so
Well,
I do
yeah.
have
Oh
I
yeah,
do have a
you're
satellite phone, so I got one of these, Osama bin Laden phones, with a big ass antenna. There's microwave your brain while you're transmitting.
yeah.
So
Oh
I only
yeah,
use
because
it.
you're taking off. Oh, that's right. I thought you were going to still be in town until till Sunday morning, but I forgot. Yeah, you'll probably be gone our time. So
Yeah. So once I'm out there for a whole week, it's sort of like going off the grid.
awesome. Well,
Yeah.
definitely look forward to if you do share anything. That'd be pretty cool, man. Look
Yeah,
forward to it.
I will do. Yeah, it might be a little weird and freaky, but I'll find something to upload. People to have a
Cool.
look at.
Cool, man. Thanks for popping in, man.
No worries, Steve. You have a
Take
good one.
care. Yeah, you too. Take care, man.
Bye.
Later. Good night, everyone. Thanks for popping in. And again, Friday night, if you're around, stop in and join us for the celebration of our 15th anniversary. And of course, paying tribute to Gareth and so much more. Percy, Matt Williams is going to be joining us. Joe Dunn's going to be with us. Dr. Demon Gord's going to be with us. We're going to have a few people. And again, the panel will be open. So if anybody else wants to join us, by all means, we encourage it. All right. Till then, guys, take care. And thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Later.